All right, hi everyone, it's Laura here, and in this video, I want to share that we're so excited to be collaborating with Cherrywood Fabrics. And if you love their fabrics as much as we do, we now have two options for you to use it. You can use them as solid, flat digital colors, and also we have the entire 200 swatches loaded into PreQuilt as a printed fabric swatch, so you can really see that texture of the fabric in your designs. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over to the fabric here and I'm going to click on the dashboard. And you can see here I have a few swatches here. These are from Ginny from the Quilt Block. So she has her first collection coming out. But you can also see here we have import from a fabric collection. And so when I click on that, it's going to open up these manufacturers here have collections preloaded into Prequilt. So it's a really grab and go situation. And when I click on browse, you're going to see that not only do we have all 200 of the hand dyed color card, but we also have a variety of the bundles. So each of these are one of the pre put together bundles of fabric that you buy. And so if you buy a bundle, you can go directly to that um, collection and load just those. So I'm going to do that now because I bought one of the Alaskan Sunset bundles. And so you can see here they're really beautiful, warm colors because I always kind of consider purple warm. So I'm going to add all eight of those, and those are going to go to my dashboard. And once they're on my dashboard, then I can use them in my own designs. And before leaving, I'm actually going to go back to that all 200 of the hand dyed because I also bought a half yard, actually two half-yard pieces of icing. So I'm going to also want to add that one so that I can play with them. Once I have those all done, I can exit out of the fabric collection page. And you can see here now that I have all of these 9 fabric swatches preloaded, loaded into my pre-quilt account. And now I can use these. So now these are ready to be used. Another option too is to go and create a fabric pull with these. And then you can also use them to be randomizing. So I'm going to go to fabric pull right now and I'm going to create a fabric pull, and I'm going to call it cherry wood. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go to my fabrics and select them here and put them in a fabric pull, which just gives me a little bit of a way to manipulate them and use them in Prequilt. So, and then I'm actually going to delete that one. That was an older video. So here I have um, my palette 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can also rearrange them if you want to put them back into color order um, as you please. Uh, you can do that as well. So that's one way of working with the fabric swatches, and then you can save that. So now that I have that fabric pull put together, I'm going to go back to the quilts dashboard. And I have this design that I've worked on for a while, been wanting to work on. And so, what would it look like if I used that beautiful Alaskan sunset on this pattern? So, when I click on the quilt, you can see here that I have 4 fabrics. I actually have Free Spirit right now preloaded, but I think these are a really good opportunity to use the cherry wood. So I'm going to go to randomize. And when I click on the 3 dots here, I can randomize using a fabric pull. And this is the excellent opportunity where I'm going to randomize using cherry wood. So I'm going to select that. And when I click on the randomize button, it's only going to pull options from the cherry wood fabrics swatches. And so because it's random, sometimes you will get duplicates. So I'm going to keep kind of playing with these until I find something that is really kind of making this block come to life. And so I can continue playing with those randomization features. Um, ooh, that's like totally different than what I intended to do. Sometimes it is a little bit slow because you are using big images. But what I'm going to do now, instead of continuing to play, is I'm actually going to u- use actual ones and deliberately program this. So I'm going to put that one in for A. And for B, I'd like it to be something a little bit, maybe that's a little too similar. Okay, so I have that. I'm gonna go into using this darker one. Actually, that's not dark enough. That one's the same one. Maybe the dahlia here, or maybe even the blue violet. It's hard to decide. And this is where it's really helpful to be able to see these things ahead of time. And then the purple. So that's actually something that I like a lot. I can even go here to and add an extra one and use the prints to see here. And E is actually going to be my binding, so I can see what it looks like with that bright teal blue. So that's one way that you can use the printed fabric swatches to really give your design some life. I can also click on the printed download where it'll give me um, the number, the fabrics that I have, as well as a nice, really beautiful digital download of it that I can download. And I can also use the fabric calculator as well to then tell me how much of this fabric I'm going to need and how I can cut it. So I can go to the blocks and I can do it two at a time, or I can do it eight at a time with trim. And when I apply it to all of them, it's going to then also tell me how I can cut this fabric on with the fabric. Um, or since I have, a fat quarter bundle, can I do this with a fat quarter? And I'm like, no, I can't. So maybe I need to go back and buy some yardage. Or maybe because there's not as much of a selvage, I can put 44 inches for the width of fabric. So that's an option as well. Another option, if I go back to the app, another option is to use the solid fabric swatches as well. So I can go back to the fabric links, and instead of using these printed fabric swatches, I can go to the solids and I can also play with the solid fabrics. So you can start seeing what it would look like with just the flat color. And that might be something to really just quickly work through it and then switch over to the printed. But if you're using a free coloring page, so for example, if you go to over to the color pages and Cherrywood Fabrics has, did I pass? There we go. Um, Cherrywood Fabrics has these amazing coloring pages here. If I wanted to use this leaded glass and color that pattern, right? And if I don't have, like, if I have if I'm using this for free, I'm not going to be able to use the printed fabric links. I can unlock all of these. And then what I can do is I can go to randomize and I can actually randomize with the cherry wood color palette. And so then I can start playing with the cherry wood and start locking the ones that I like. Um, or I can also start going in and picking from the whole collection, or also picking from some of the bundles here as well. So then you can use and play with one of the bundles that you might have an eye on or that you already have in your stash. So I hope that gives you a really good idea of how all of these fabric options are. And I come up with something I really like that one, and I keep playing with it. I really like some of these options. I'm not a big fan of that yellow though, so I'm gonna keep playing with it. Orange, nothing. Okay, so then I'm just gonna go with that. And then I can always download that image. It's gonna have all the fabric links here um, on the right and also an image of the quilt there. So we're really looking forward to seeing what everybody creates using these really beautiful fabric swatches from Cherrywood. I hope you give it a try. Thanks. Bye.